Hey, what's up, fellas? This game has been out for 2 years plus now. The game is over, there's no more updates, and I've been really thinking about what would be the best advice I can give, because I have many videos where I have tips and tricks, blah blah blah. It goes pretty deep, right? I covered like one pretty obscure technique in a 1 minute video. Let me give you my top 3 advice. If you ask me, how can I be good at this game? What should I think about when I play this game? Here's the top 3 high level advice I'm going to give you. And that's what I've learned from just not playing, but watching other people play as well. So you should know what is reactable and what is not reactable. For the things that are not reactable, you should understand the cost-reward ratio of trying to interrupt. And if the cost-reward ratio is in your favor, you should interrupt. Or at least try. And that's a YOLO, that's not a reaction. And you should try to make the read. Try to adjust. Don't just try to keep doing the same thing. So for example, when you try to shimmy someone and they don't get shimmied, grab them. Like, don't wait 5-6 times. You try to shimmy them, they don't get shimmied. In your head, the next thing immediately is going to be, I'm grabbing them next time. So those are my 3 advice. React or not to staggers, cost-reward ratios, and reads and adjustments. So let's talk about what's reactable and what's not reactable. So Scorpion's 4-3 is unreactable. The difference between this and this is completely unreactable, in my opinion. So Scorpions get away with this all the time, right? They annoy you like that. Here's what you can do. As soon as you see this, it doesn't matter. You're going to press. I don't care that there's a crushing blow after. Why? Because the cost-reward ratio is in your favor. He gets a crushing blow once. You can break away. He doesn't even convert. And then, if he hits you after that, how much damage is it? 70 damage. Wow. It's nothing, right? It's 70 damage if you guess wrong and you try to interrupt when he does it. And it's like a full combo punish if you interrupt properly. See how the cost-reward ratio is in your favor? So when it's uninterruptible, you know it's uninterruptible, you go for the interruption. The only thing that you actually react to is to 4-3. As soon as you see the feat, you know you're going to press. Now, of course, as you go on and on and on, if you can make the read and you see patterns, and for example, he always completes it, he never staggers it, then just block. But if he mixes up well enough that you can't tell, and a good player is going to play like that, then you always should interrupt it. Because the purpose of this game is not to win with as much life as possible. Like, it's not like an injustice where, when the round was over, your life, you maintained it. In this game, you have to kill your opponent for 1 round, and even if you lost 99% of your health, if you have 1% more, you still win the round. So because of that, you should take damage. It doesn't matter. Just don't take more damage than him at the end of the round. So when it's something like that, the only thing that Scorpion can do is 70 damage, and if you interrupt, it's going to be way more. So for example, so the second one is this, and then the first one is the completion, okay? I'm going to hide it, and here's what I recommend you do. So he gets me, not this time. So he got 70 damage the first time. I got 315 damage when I guessed right. You see where the cost-reward ratio is? Now I'm going to show you a time where you should probably not do this. So against Jackie, it's very dangerous to try to interrupt things. So especially if she's kind of crazy. So well, it's not even that, but okay. So for example, if Jackie does this and grabs you, the difference between this, right, and a completion is unreactable. But the thing is, you know that she will still complete the string. Even on block, like she will jump on you like this on block because there are mind games from there. So this means that if you guess wrong on this, you thought this was going to happen, but what actually happened is you get opened up, you're going to eat 300 damage unbreakable immediately. Even if you play a Jackie that does this, right? But sometimes what she does is this. And then it opens you up. The cost-reward ratio is still in her favor because she just hits so hard. I would interrupt a Jackie if she does this from time to time, and then she does this, the completion. If she's only going to do that, I'm going to interrupt. It's still a lot of damage that I'm probably going to eat, but it's not as much as if she starts, jumping on me like this. So you really have to be careful against who you do this. And I would say especially how Jackies play, they usually play like this, right? 4-1-2, and then they jump on you to do this. It's kind of rare that they jump on you from here, I find. I don't know why, there's no real reason that it should be like this, but knowing this, it's more likely than that she's going to do this. Stop it right here. So because it's kind of rare for some reason that we have Jackies that do the string like that, it's usually this one here. I'm less likely to get her to open me up like that if I try to interrupt this here on the second punch, right, where she cancels. So I'm probably more going to be likely to try to interrupt as soon as I see the foot, the forward 3, because I know the cancellation might be coming. Whereas if I don't want to interrupt with forward 1 because usually she's going to do this, right? Whereas with the kick, she'll stop here or something, or try to complete it, which is not as much damage. And again, with Jackie, with this one, this is unreactable. This is so incredibly quick. This cancel here, it's too quick. You can't react to this. This is reactable. This one here, see how it's slow? It's -2, but the animation before we're both recovering gives us enough time to see the difference between this. This is a fluid move, and boom, this happens, right? You clearly see there's a pause. So to me, in my opinion, that is a fair stagger. This stagger is not fair. It's way too quick, right? So we talk about unreactable and reactable staggers. This here is something that you should look out for and watch. Unless she has the cancel. If she has the cancel, as soon as you see the foot, you press. But if she doesn't have the cancel, you look carefully to see what happens after the second hit, and then you react accordingly. But with forward 1, it's unreactable. And if she keeps messing with you like this, or sometimes she does this, but it depends on if she jumps on you like this or not. But if you're willing to take that risk, as soon as you see forward 1, you're going to have to press. You can't react, you can't do anything. You react to forward 1, that's it, that's all. So guys, that is my advice. Let me show you 2 more characters. Okay, cost-reward ratio of Liu Kang. When you fight Liu Kang, you're going to do 1, 2, 3. This, 1, 2, is unreactable. And if you try to push, he might do this and open you up completely. So this means that if you have a Liu Kang that either does 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, as soon as you see 1, 2, you press. I don't care. Like, even if he hits you, doesn't matter. For example, boom, 50 damage. Wow. He's not gonna, unless he's crazy, he's not gonna do something like this. Because that's not a hit confirm. Unless he does that as a read to get you to freaking block his third hit, right? The problem is when you keep letting go of block, like a problem for Liu Kang, when you let go of block on the third hit, always, like that, he can't hit confirm it. So it's really annoying for him. And as soon as he staggers it, you hit him. So that means it neutralizes his 1, 2 completely. Because all he can do is just the completion always, and he can't convert or do anything. As soon as he dares do anything like a stagger, he gets opened up. So this is not reactable. And same thing with back 1. Back 1 is not reactable. But pushing a button against back 1 is risky. Really risky, because he can hit confirm it. Like that. It's hard to hit confirm, but it's possible. Same thing goes with Jade. Like, Jade has back 3, which is unreactable. But if you try to push after back 3, assuming that she staggers, this might open you up and it's fully hit confirmable. So you probably don't want to do anything against Jade when she does back 3. Unlike 2, 1, 2. If she does this, Jades, they do this usually, right? And see, this is incredibly fast. It's only -2. There's not much recovery in the animation. So what you should do against Jade is you should press now. Like, it doesn't matter if this hits you. It doesn't matter. Just press, because the cost reward ratio is in your favor. Because she's likely going to stagger it. And if she doesn't, it doesn't matter, right? So that's how you got to think about this. And it's unreactable. Something that would be reactable with Jade is, like, even forward 3. Forward 3, okay, it is reactable, but it's difficult to react to. Like, open people up often like this. Something that's really reactable is this, obviously, but now it creates space and stuff. So again, know things that are reactable, things that are not reactable, understand your cross-reward ratios. And I'm even gonna say, if you have a hard time hit confirming, so let's pick something like this. This one is hard to hit confirm. And then we have someone who's gonna stagger. Let's pick someone else this time. Let's pick her. So usually you have Melina doing back 1, or she does back 1, 1. She will probably stagger it, because this is unsafe, this is unsafe. Kind of hard to punish, but unsafe. -14. I thought it was -10. -14. Even worse than I thought. So think about this. She's not very likely to complete this string. Or she could be crazy and do this, right? But that's not likely unless you're playing a crazy Combat League demon. So then you just have to hold block. But think about this. She's likely to stagger it. If she does not stagger it, you get hit a little bit. So what? If she special cancels, you can break immediately. Do you see how the cost reward ratio is strongly in your favor? So if I go to sub, and I will record her doing this, and then she wants to do something like that, right? That's what she wants. Okay, so I'm seeing that she does back 1, 1, and I'm like, thank you very much. And I have sub who has a move that's hard to hit confirm, in my opinion. and the harder side of hit confirmations. What I do here, when I go for the interruption, I don't hit confirm. I just enter the whole thing. I just go for it. Look at my inputs, right? So I just go for it entirely, and I just let it rip. Why? Because I know that someone who is going to stagger is not going to do this and block. Because the point of staggering is to continue your offense. There's no point of staggering if you're just gonna to block after. So if there's a string that's hard to hit confirm it, enter it all, because it's unlikely that they're just gonna do this. You're gonna try to interrupt, and then you get your eyes blocked. It's almost like it's very unlikely unless it's a strong read. That's my advice, guys. I know it's only three things. To recap, it was know things that you can't interrupt and things that you can interrupt. Understand risk-reward ratios, when to press, and also make the read if you can make the read. So adjust. Actually, we didn't really touch on number 3, so yeah, let's talk about number 3. It goes hand in hand with what I told you about the interruptions, right? If you make the read that they keep completing the string, then just hold block. If you make the read that they are staggering, then just go for the interruption. And if they, mix it really well and you can't tell, just try to interrupt, because it's not a lot of damage. Unless you're like facing a Jackie or something, then you have to just keep blocking. But that's interrupting. When you go for the offense and you try to shimmy, oh my god, man, she has no shimmy, this chick. She's so terrible. Let's say you're trying to mix with sub because you love inflicting pain and misery upon your opponents. Like, this is the easiest way to show it. When you start on them, you jump on them like that, and you try to mix. Which, by the way, if you're a sub and you're trying to mix, don't jump on them. There's a fuzzy right here on Sub-Zero's mix. When you jump on people, it's easier. My god, if I can't goddamn do it. It's easier to defend against Sub-Zero when he jumps on you than when he doesn't jump on you, in terms of this mix-up. So don't jump on people. Just let it rip. So, okay, you're trying to mix with sub, and you know there's a block low, right? Then that's when, as soon as they block your low, next time you have to go high. And same thing with, I don't know, when you're trying to shimmy or something. Like, Sub-Zero doesn't have a shimmy. This is not a, well, I mean, I guess, but it's anyways. Wouldn't consider that an auto shimmy. So if you're trying to open them up, you're trying to get them to let go of block. They don't, just grab. Switch, don't wait. You go on them, I don't know, they finish their turn. Let's say they do something like, they do this. Can he punish? I have to be a bit quicker. Yeah, it's minus 14, he can punish. But let's say I'm late. I try to shimmy. I try to shimmy by going forward, right? I try to fake the throw, and that didn't work. She's held strong, she blocked. Next time she does it again. Next time you don't want to do the same thing. Adjust immediately. Go for a grab now. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you guys. Peace.